Hi there. When you sometimes want to copy a very large file, files that run into gigabytes, maybe an ISO image of Linux ISO image, let's say, or maybe a movie image. So you might be tempted to use cp command on the command line, and then when you try to copy, you don't know the progress of how much files are getting, how big, how much a file is getting copied. You won't get any status or any progress. So even if you say cp minus v, like I showed you the previous video, one of the previous video, the V switch to give you verbose mode. Maybe you can try say cp minus auv, whatever. And if you just try /media, this is where I've hosted a pen drive. Let me just check up. Okay, it's I think I have it in a volume label. I have a Slackware ISO image, which is a sizable file. It's about a 3 GB file. I can just show it to you right here. ls-l. You can see it's a pretty big file, right? So if you want to copy this file onto my current directory, if you use cp command, even if you use a switch like -v switch, -a is pointless because you're not copying a directory tree. Use switch, we don't need it. But if I say cp -v, and if I try to copy it here under the name called, let's say, slackware.iso, it shows that the file is getting copied, but you won't get any status. And this file is big, so it's going to take some time. And I have not have any progress of what's going on. If you want to copy a large file like this, a single large file, I would recommend you to use another command that's available by default on almost all Linuxes. And that command is dd. dd stands for disk dump. It's a very powerful tool. I hope I covered more features about dd command in the coming video. For now, I want to show you one specific use case. I can say dd if is equal to, stands for input file is equal to. I can specify the path like I did before. And then I type output file is equal to slackware.iso. So when I use dd command, I can actually pass one switch to indicate what is the input file. It's if is equal to /media/ whatever the path, the source file path, which could be a very big file. And it's OF stands for output file is equal to, and I pass a destination path to indicate where I want to copy this file. And very important switch I will tell you is, you could say status is equal to progress. When you pass the switch, status is equal to progress, it's going to copy the file and also give you some kind of a progress. It says at what rate the copy is happening and how much of it is getting copied. At least you get some interesting status here. It does not run silently where you don't know what's going on, right? So this switch could be so useful. I mean, the status equal to progress is something that's so useful that I would recommend something like this. I would say that if you plan to use dd command more frequently, I would recommend adding this in your alias. I could say alias dd is equal to, I could say in single quotes, dd status is equal to progress. When you do this, every time you run dd command, it'll imply dd status equal to progress and whatever arguments you pass. You could put this in your shell profile, so it's always enabled. So you don't have to type that status equal to progress every time. So when you use dd command like before, I don't have to pass this switch. This option is not required. This argument is not required. It'll imply that automatically because it's going to expand the alias and execute it. Get this details in here. So this is one useful feature of dd command on Linux if you're copying a large file. I hope you found this video useful. If you do find this video useful, do comment about it so I could actually make more videos in the similar lines. Thank you very much. Hope to meet you in future videos.